Hello, good morning. Welcome to Ideal World. I'm Hayley. It is great to have your company. It is my absolute favourite show of the week. It's the Planet Cruise TV show. We have got, I think, some of the best cruises ever. We've got a sneaky start to cruise week, which should be starting tomorrow. We've got exclusive deals. We've got no-fly deals. We've got deals that start, I believe our lowest is under £56 per person per night. You can add on drinks on some cruises for £90 per person. We've got amazing deals that you've got to stay with us for the whole hour, but I'm not alone. I'm really pleased to say my lovely Justine's back. Justin's back with us today.
It's so lovely to be back.
It's always great to have Justin's company, and I do love calling him Justine because I do struggle with
It's a good job I know you, isn't it? No, it's great. It's great to be back.
It's great to have you back. We've missed you the last 2 weeks.
Have you? Really?
I have, yeah.
They said that they hadn't.
Oh, it's untrue. They've been emailing in, where is he? He's back. And we have got, what a show we've got. And what a company. And it's always great to have your company because you've got a great background in cruising. Which,
well, you know when they say, been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, I quite literally... Well, in fact, I actually have.
You have got a T-shirt
I actually
today.
have, yes, because this is all part of Cruise Week, because we've got the exclusive deal from Princess, which is coming. We should be wearing these on Tuesday.
It started a day early for us, which is fabulous.
Keith has got his already starched and ironed. I've just got to just run mine through the washer. But no, Cruise Week.
Unfortunately, they couldn't get me a T-shirt, so I shan't be in one on Friday. I did ask, but my request was too late.
The thing is, when I say all joking aside about, bought the T-shirt, now, I spent 6 years at sea. Brilliant. So, first-hand experience. Some of the ports here, I'm going to give you some real inside information of what
you've been there, you've visited there regularly. So that's the great thing. And that is the great thing, actually, with booking with Planet Cruise as well, isn't there? There's so many reasons to book with Planet Cruise, but one of the main reasons is nearly everybody that works there has worked on board a ship.
That's the value. You're not just getting a travel agent, you are getting the UK's #1 cruise agency. And again, we've got top agent for a lot of the cruise lines.
You have, yes.
The fact that, working closely with the cruise lines means we get exclusive deals. Some of the deals that we've got today are just a little bit of a forerunner for Cruise Week. And, it just is great to have that valuable knowledge of an expert, bespoke. You can literally say, well, can we stay a night here? Can we stay a night there?
Do you know, that's what I love when I booked my cruise. It was so great. Just jump on the phones, and that's exactly what I did. And do notice it's a different number to normal. So 0800, I can't speak today, 0800 781 5458. That's the number. And everybody that picks up that phone, they've been on those cruises, they've been to those areas. They know if you fancy staying on extra, what a great hotel to stay in is. You can book the excursions before and things like that.
Exactly.
And we've actually got as well a really great competition going on. Now, it started on Tuesday whilst we weren't here, but it's still on at the moment. And it's a free cruise competition. How fabulous is this going to be? From Celebrity. So you can win a free cruise for 2 for 11 nights on Reflection, departing on the 12th of October. Oh, I'm free then. And you've got the flights from London, you've got prepaid. Dear me, it's going to be a long hour, isn't it? All your gratuities. And all you need to do is actually email in your name, address and your contact telephone number to hello@planetcruise.co.uk. That is fabulous. Check everything out on the website. I do think you need to do that before midnight on the 22nd to win a free cruise. But let's get started because I'm stuttering already. It could take us a long time to get through our 6 cruises.
Is that just water in there?
Well, I'm not sure now, but I'm going to have another drink. So let's have a look at the Thomson cruise that we're going to start with because we have got a fabulous, amazing deal here. It's on board a super ship, which you are going to enjoy and want to go back to time and time again. But actually, let's get on board first, and then we'll tell you where we're going.
At just over 33,000 tonnes, the Thomson Spirit is nearly always the smallest ship in port. I would often joke to our passengers that we were barely big enough to be a lifeboat for some of the bigger American ships. But you know what? Her personality, her atmosphere and her fiercely loyal, ever-growing following makes her a true giant of the seas. With 5 different bars to choose from, you'll need to make some really tough decisions. From the alfresco ambience of a Lido bar through to the calm tranquility of explorers, I spent many a happy evening enjoying the panoramic views of horizons. But my personal favourite is here, Raffles. It's the perfect location at the heart of the ship, and it means I can eat, drink and watch the show and get back to my cabin all in under 100 steps. Food, glorious food, from the more relaxed informality of a Lido buffet, thank you very much, through to the a la carte luxury of the Compass Rose. All the dining is open sitting and fits around you. For lunch, don't miss the barbecue at the Terrace Grill. And then, in the evening, book yourself in for a real treat in Scirocco's. Trust me, your stomach will thank you. The heart of the ship is the award-winning British entertainment programme. And from the cruise director through to the lighting technician, the entertainment team are visible, friendly, talented, and above all, they love their jobs. From award-winning UK comedians, game shows, cabarets, West End-style theatre shows, there's always something going on. And of course, Thomson's deck parties have a legendary status with live bands, a full show team cabaret. Trust me, dancing under the stars will never ever be the same. There are 4 main grades of accommodation on board, all with 24-hour room service, 2 turn-downs a day, and that legendary chocolate on your pillow. There'll be so much to do and see on a Thomson cruise, you may find an inside cabin is actually all you need. But for those who really want to know how the other half live, why don't you make a splash in your own jacuzzi with the presidential suite, which is only slightly smaller than my old cabin on board.
I don't believe that for a minute, do you?
No. You might have had a bath.
I think he had a bath and just moved around a lot. It is a fabulous ship. I've been on board. I've cruised with Thomson. I think it's a ship we'll go back to time and time again. You are having a great itinerary and a really incredible price, and it's all inclusive. So let's see where we're going first of all. So dates in November, and where are we? We're flying out to Paphos first.
Yep, and then of course you got your first port of call, which is in Turkey. Now, Alana, there's a fantastic castle right in the centre of the old town. It's a little bit of a trek up to there, but it's well worth the trek because the views are superb. You can see right over Cleopatra Beach. There's actually 140 towers, including the famous Red Tower as well. Just one handy tip, take water, because there's not a lot of shops actually on the route up there.
Okay.
So make sure that you're nicely hydrated. Then we're on to Marmaris. Now this is complete contrast from Alana. You've got this small, tiny sort of fishing village. You've got the massive hills up in the back of the picture there. Look at those rugged mountains. Just looks fantastic, doesn't it? Now there's a water park there, so if you're going with a family, I know Thomson's very family friendly, so perfect to go and have a look over there. And then you can actually have a look at Cleopatra Island as well, which is a popular excursion across. Make sure when you do pick up the phone, if you're booking this cruise, ask them about the tours that are available, because when you get on board the ship, here's Justin's top tip: book early, because sometimes when you get on board, you're limited on what cruises, on what excursions
are available,
you can do.
They do go so quickly. So it's great to do that through Planet Cruise.
And of course, one of the things you've got to do whilst you're in Turkey is have a Turkish bath. Get slapped around, have the salts rubbed all over you. It's amazing. It's an experience that you'll probably never have again, but you've got to go and do it.
And it is a beautiful country. So we're starting off there with 2 stops in Turkey. Where are we going to next?
We're off to Crete now, and Heraklion. Now this is one of the most historic ports. I mean, when you look at the fortifications, it's mainly because everybody's been in there. But the Byzantine Empire, the Venetians, the Moors, the Saracens, the Crusaders, they've all been in there. So there's a real mixing pot of architecture and culture. There's some fantastic historic monuments. You've got to go to Knossos, and you've got to go to the mythical home of the Minotaur as well. If you remember the old stop animation films, back in the day, the old Minotaur, half man, half beast. You've got to go there and experience that. Maybe you might see Medusa as well. Fabulous.
We've got a lovely relaxing day at sea then to enjoy the ship itself. And then to Israel.
Yeah, this is actually an overnight on board. Where you're obviously, popping in and out of these ports in the daytime, this is actually an overnight on board. And of course, it's only 50 miles west of Jerusalem, 25 miles south of Tel Aviv. So if you do want to make your pilgrimage there, then it's well worth doing it. It's one of those things that perhaps, if you've always wanted to go to this part of the region, I was saying to you earlier on that my grandfather actually served in the Second World War over in Israel. So it's one of those things that you go, I wonder if Grandad was actually here. All the photographs, the old black and white photographs that were there. And of course, these are legendary landmarks, and certainly if you do want to make a religious pilgrimage, then it's going to be the best place to do it.
Perfect.
Just a footnote that obviously Israel is available on most of the itineraries, but do please check when you book, just to make sure it does call in there. And then of course your disembarkation port is in Limassol, so you get a little bit of time in there as well. But just really, the ship is a fantastic ship. It's not your massive large cruise ship. This is a really small,
nice size.
I'd like to say intimate, because it's a different type of atmosphere atmosphere. It's fun. It's family. It's the type of place that you'll go back time and time again, you'll meet people that you'll cruise with again.
And look at the price. It is an exclusive deal to us, that free upgrade to all-inclusive. You've got some fabulous ports. It looks stunning. Great flights available for you as well, from virtually here, there and everywhere. If none of those ports, those airports are suitable for you, do check out your regional ports as well. And that's the great thing, is when you do want to go on holiday with Planet Cruise, you can sort out all those local airports too. And the itineraries, as you said, do vary on certain departure dates. Check out all your prices, because you have got some great dates in November and some incredible deals, even if you're going to go for a suite. Yeah. I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it, for those prices?
And as you saw earlier on with Keith, the food and the entertainment are absolutely superb.
And it's all inclusive as well. So check out the flights. I mean, you can see here such a great array of local airports to you. So you can ask and inquire about the airport that is right for you. And don't forget, those deals, if you really look into them, you can upgrade from inside to ocean view for just £3 per person per night. It's a cracking deal. Jot down the ID number. It's 88261. So 88261, and that is our first cruise from Thomson Cruises. But we've got to move on. Are you ready for number 2? Now, number 2 is the first time ever we've seen this. It's on board the Royal Viking, Discover Egypt. For me, I've just written me on it. I want to do this cruise. It's an absolute wow. It's 5-star.
Yeah.
And there's no single supplement. There's so many things that are incredible about this.
Yeah, to 10 excursions included as well. And when we're talking excursions, we are talking, in, again, the most historic and legendary of places. I mean, take a look at the actual ship itself. You've only got 68 suites on here, so again, it's even smaller than Thomson. This is a real river experience.
And this is 5-star, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of the newest ships on the Nile as well. Remember, these ships are designed for the actual territories that they're sailing in. You can see the standards of the suite there. This is not your average river cruise ship.
I don't think this offer's going to last very long, because I can't believe the price. It's the lowest price ever that I've seen on a river cruise.
Well, and to think what you actually get with this as well, you can actually upgrade to an all-inclusive drinks package for just £90 per person.
For the week?
For the week.
That is incredible.
£90. So it's an absolute no-brainer. The fact that you've got 10 excursions included. And I've got to say, for those of you that look at cruising and you just look at price, sometimes when you go into these places, just spend that little extra bit of money, because some of the tours that you get to see, there's one, I will talk through it later, but at Cunard, you actually get the chance to do the light and sound show at Cunard. It's £27 per person. Please go and do it, because you've got 10 excursions included anyway, and the fact that you're travelling all that way to Egypt. Are you ever going to go to Egypt again?
It just
That's what you got to ask yourself.
Yeah, and I haven't been, so I fancy this so much. We're flying first of all to Luxor, and then we're going on board the Royal Viking, which looks beautiful. Yeah,
you've got 4 decks of on-board facilities. Of course, you've got your restaurant on the top deck. You've got on the lower deck, and then you've got all of your main bars and entertainment on the upper deck. Luxor is the Valley of the Kings. You can see Karnak there. We were talking about this earlier on. I don't know if you remember the famous James Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. You know, Jaws.
Yes.
Out in Egypt. This is actually where it was actually filmed. So you've got to go and see this. The actual light and sound show. We've got to move on, because apparently it wasn't in our timing plan to talk about. Anyway, we'll move on. There's the Valley of the Kings. And of course, when you talk about Egypt, you've got all the different dynasties. You've got Ramesses, numerous Ramesses there. Tutankhamun's tomb as well, that of course Howard Carter found. This is one of the tick lists, must do. And if you're into Egyptology, there's an Egyptologist on board. So when you're cruising down the Nile,
and seeing everything as you cruise past,
you can ask questions.
Brilliant.
So instead of reading a book or going on the internet or watching a documentary, you can live and breathe Egypt. We're talking thousands of years of history, and if you see the film like The Mummy, this is nothing like you've seen before. This is the authentic Egypt. It's amazing.
It is absolutely incredible. So on our second day, and the great thing is you're seeing all of this, because whatever you're doing, you've got that French balcony from your room, if you wish. Where are we going to next?
We're actually going to Edfu and Komombo. Early morning visit to the Temple of Horus. which you'll probably recognise, you can see there. And then after the temple, you actually sail on to Com Ombo, and late afternoon you see the actual temple of Com Ombo as well. After that, of course, you're sailing on to Aswan for an overnight stay. So you do get time in port, you get to see, you know, all of these wonderful buildings and temples, and then you're on to your overnight. And this is the great thing, you're in Egypt overnight. You can just imagine being up on top deck and just seeing these wonderful vistas, you know, that thousands of years ago the likes of Cleopatra would have seen.
It's just absolutely incredible. The price has blown me away. The actual cruise has blown me away. River cruising so popular now, and actually sailing down the Nile is one of the best sellers. I do think this is going to absolutely fly. That Nile River cruising is just so special, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And of course, once you've got that day, which you're going to be cruising, day 6, and then into day 7, back into Luxor. And this is the overnight on board, and where you get the chance to have the optional excursion of the Sound and Light show at the Karnak Temple. You've got to do it. The actual narrative, it's all done to lights and sound against this wonderful backdrop. And the atmosphere, you can imagine exactly the chariot race. I mean, look at the
rooms.
This is 5-star cruising in one of the most amazing destinations on the planet. I mean, I actually saved this onto my iPad as Egypt Wow.
Well, mine says wow, mine says me. I want to do this 5-star. You've got up to 10 free excursions included. No single supplements, so I could easily take my mum along with this as well. We've got the drinks package there for just £90 per person for the full week. You've got your return flights, you've got your overnights on board as well. And look at the bottom.
Yeah.
If you want to, and wow, why would you not? You can add on 7-night stay in a 4-star hotel, all-inclusive basis as well, at only £199 per person.
Yeah, you've got buffet-style lunch at the La Palma restaurant. You've got an Italian restaurant for pizza and dinner time. Snacks at the Café de Paris. This is all included, and including as well the optional stay in that 4-star hotel. There's so many sports activities, and if you like, or if you've ever thought of trying snorkeling or diving, scuba diving, there's a first dive in the pool or in the sea, which they include as well in that stay.
That's if you add on that stay, and it's well worth it. Look at your prices for the cruise. Even if you went over Christmas, that's ridiculous, and no single supplement. Honestly, you've got to go for this. It's going to fly. Add on those drinks and make it all-inclusive as well, just for £90 per person. And just write down this ID number. It's 91943. That is an absolute stunner, a beautiful, I really fancy river cruising, beautiful ships, completely 5-star. We've never seen this from Discover Egypt before, and it is going to disappear, that one. It's going to be amazing. Add on the stay afterwards as well. That is my definite tip. I love it. But we need to move on, and we need to move on to Princess Cruises. We're having a sneaky little peek at Cruise Week, because tomorrow starts Cruise Week. Next Friday, you will be in just that T-shirt, won't you? Nothing else.
Hang on, whoa.
That T-shirt.
No, I didn't see that in the contract.
No, that's what they said. That's why I said I couldn't wear one. But it'd be fine.
Better have a spray tan then.
Or we can do that here.
Behave you.
But Princess, very close to my heart. My partner worked with Princess Cruises, or on board Princess Cruises for many years. I think around about 10 years. Absolutely loved it. Stunning ships. And actually, we're going to get on board now. I think Keith went. Oh no, it's not.
No,
it's John.
He didn't wear a T-shirt.
John, he didn't know. No. But John's there. I bet he's really jealous of your T-shirt.
He didn't need a spray tan either.
Show us around. Let's have a look.
Emerald Princess is a Grand Class ship that entered service for Princess Cruises in April 2007. She's one of the largest ships in the Princess fleet. There are nearly 900 balcony staterooms from which to take in the colourful sunrise over the ocean. Leisurely days spent on board in the Piazza-style atrium are relaxing and entertaining, with the nearby International Cafe fulfilling your cravings for fresh salads and toasted paninis, or maybe even a glass of milk with fresh cookies. Whether you're getting refreshed with a workout in the fitness centre, or putting your feet up at movies under the stars, your experience on the Emerald Princess is sure to be an unforgettable one. So with so much going on board Emerald Princess, it's a good idea to get some inside information. And who better to ask than the cruise director, Kelvin.
How are you?
Thanks, very good. Thanks for coming along and talking to us.
Thank you.
Now, you've been, what, 15 years with Princess?
Princess, 15 years. I joined actually the Sun Princess, which is a smaller ship than the Emerald, in 1998.
What can people expect the first time they come on board Emerald Princess?
Well, there's a huge variety. We have singers, we have musicians, instrumentalists, magicians, comedians. Comedians are a big thing with the Brits. They seem to love them. But then, of course, we have big production shows as well with our singers and dancers. You know, we offer, on this ship in particular, 4 big production shows. And actually a brand new show that was only premiered about 2 weeks ago is our international music event, which is unique to the cruising industry because it involves all our musicians on the ship into one big show.
Wow. And if someone was cruising on Emerald Princess for the first time, what can they expect?
Well, I think for the first time, I think they've got to open up their mind and you know, really enjoy everything that the ship has to offer, even try stuff that they may never have tried before. You know, with so many different activities and shows going on, yeah, they really need to, I think, open up their mind, and I think they'll enjoy everything. Yeah.
Well, exciting time. Yeah, thank you very much, Kelvin.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
Great to have you on board.
I know Calvin, very close friend to my partner and his friends
world.
as well. It's a really small world. And that is the thing, it is quite a small world when you cruise. And you meet so many people you've probably seen before. You make so many friends and friends that you keep for many, many years. Love Princess, and this is a no fly, which is fabulous. You can pack as much as you like. We're going out to Southampton, which I think is so special to sail out of Southampton, and we're going to, I would say, some of the best islands ever, where you're virtually, on a whole, guaranteed sunshine. They have the odd bit of rain, but on a whole, we're going out to the Canaries, aren't we?
Yeah, Gran Canaria, of course. This is your beach resort. This is where you get your sunshine, and it's a well-travelled island. Everybody loves this place. There's so many different things to do. If you don't want to lounge around on the beach, you can go and see the Bandama crater, which is a 3,000 foot high crater in one of the few inhabited volcanic craters in the world. Or you can just go around Maspalomas and just enjoy the wind sculpted sand dunes.
Yes.
So,
beautiful.
Then you're on to Tenerife. I do believe one of our crew is actually heading off to Tenerife.
Yes.
I wonder why he's going, because of the sunshine.
Absolutely.
Let's face it, it's miserable at the moment. It was drizzling on the way up here. Look at that. Mount Teide, Tenerife's, well, one of Tenerife's many attractions. Of course, Loro Park is great if you want to go and see your wildlife as well. Of course, great for dolphin watching and whale watching, which is certainly in the news at the moment. Then you're off to Lanzarote. Now, this is one of those great islands that, again, you can go on the beach, you can enjoy it, you can go shopping in Puerto del Carmen, or you can go and see some of the culture of the island. And one of the artists that's, well, if you haven't heard of him before, you certainly will when you go to Lanzarote. Cesar Manrique came up with all these incredible architectured buildings in the 60s. It looks like something out of Austin Powers.
Right.
So you just got to go and see it, but just fantastic landscapes on Lanzarote. Then on to one of my favourite ports. It is Madeira.
Beautiful.
I absolutely love this because you can walk into the town, you can pick up a coffee. I will warn you, it's one of those tropical climates. It will rain and then it'll be dry and steaming within 5-10 minutes. So make sure you got your brolly. Go up in the cable car and then come down in the wicker basket run. It's one of the maddest things you'll ever experience. Go to Blandis as well. Blandis is the home of Madeira wine.
Right.
And it's just an amazing experience. You've got this lovely old wooden room, literally with racks of Madeira wine, all with the years on them, and you can try different years. It's just a great experience.
I'd need to do that before I got into the wicker basket.
Probably.
That would be my way round of getting down.
Well, if you don't like drinking, you can go to the flower market. There's a great flower market there as well. So you can get your birds of paradise flowers, which are famous in Madeira.
Fabulous.
Then you're going to be calling into Vigo. This is just a really nice wind down on the way back home, because Vigo's is one of those nice little ports that you can do as little or as much as you want. If you want to go on a long tour, perhaps if you want to go to Plaza de Compostela, which is I think it's like the second or third most important shrine after Jerusalem and Rome. So if you want to make the pilgrimage there, you can do, or just have a look around the old town. It's well worth walking up into the hills. It's the little tiny cobbled streets, little churches, and a great fish market. They've literally got these concrete slabs that they just fill with ice and just put all this wonderful fresh produce out. So even if you don't like seafood, it's just great to see it.
Absolutely. And you've got a
Sure,
lovely
there's a
day
joke
at
there.
sea.
Seafood.
See that
Anyway.
food, you've got to see
yeah,
it.
and then day at sea, and then back in Southampton. You know,
Which
fill
is
your boots.
fabulous. I mean, you are on board a beautiful ship. It is the Emerald Princess. Remember, this is the start, really, of our Cruise Week special. It's been launched a day early from Princess Cruises. You got £700 off that brochure price. There's loads of extras included with this as well.
I'll tell you what, though, one top tip.
Yeah.
You say about the extras that are included, one thing that you've got to book is the extra night that's available at the Meon Valley. Because if you're travelling down to Southampton, the last thing that you want is hassle and all that hustle and bustle on the day. Travel down the night before for, I think it's £75 or £79. £79, you actually get your stay at a Marriott hotel in Southampton. It includes parking and port transfers.
That's great. So 11 nights parking, and
how
they'll
much would
take
that
you to
cost
the
you
ship
for
as
11
well.
nights parking and a taxi down
and you've got the hotel the night before.
All included.
It is a definite must. And see what you've got as well, because this is the start of the Cruise Week special that should start tomorrow. You've got massive new price reductions. You've got a case of wine, a free case of wine for anybody that books from this show, and also it's such a low deposit. It's just £50 per person, and when you book you'll also get a free voucher that you can use on board as well for on-board discounts. Huge savings of up to £700 per person off that brochure price, and it works out under £73 per person per night. You can't wait to get that on. I'll jot down the ID number because this is a good one, 95270, and that will be worn next week because it shouldn't start until tomorrow, so there'll be more of these actual fabulous sort of special cruises next week with our Cruise Week special. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
I mean, 3 cruises that I'd say yes to so far.
And the great thing, you know, the
love
Thomson
all
one that
of
we
these.
kicked off with, great value, fun, short, great place.
And then the River Cruise,
the River Cruise,
5-star,
once in a
beautiful.
lifetime, and then great
Princess you can't go wrong with, and Sunshine in the Canaries.
It gets better.
Now, this is a brand new deal. Top agent for Royal Caribbean, Planet Cruise are. This is the first time we've seen this on the show. It's so different, and you are going to absolutely love it. Let's have a little look where we start, because we're starting our holiday with a holiday.
Yeah, and that's the great thing. 3 nights in Sao Paulo, and it's a fantastic.
In a hotel, fabulous.
Yeah, in a 4-star hotel.
Great.
Now, I can't escape if you like your Grand Prix. Sao Paulo has got one of the greatest Grand Prix. Of course, it was the home of Ayrton Senna, one of the greatest legends. So if you do want to go out and do something like that for the guys, the girls can do the shopping, and there's some fantastic beaches as well. The great thing about this is where you've got a fly cruise, the 3 days that you've got here is not just great to start your holiday, but it just helps you unwind.
Yes.
You've got that travel across, and then you're going to be getting ready to get onto one of the latest and greatest ships on the seas. Royal Caribbean, their ships, they're market leaders. You know, when they came out with their rock climbing at the back, and of course the kitchen part,
on board.
you know, it is absolute fun capital, and not just for kids but for adults as well. And that's the
is.
great thing, that you know, it's all encompassing. But the itinerary here is just fantastic.
It's really different. So let's get on board. Let's see on the ship itself, because there is so much on board. You have got a couple of sea days, and you're going to so enjoy being on this ship, doing the rock climbing. There's something for absolutely everybody. And though, like you say, it's perfect for the families, it's great for couples. It's a ship that's been designed for everybody.
Yeah, if you want fun and laughter, you don't have to look any further than Royal Caribbean. It's where I would go. You know, we used to pull up with the P&O ships, and I love P&O. You know, I spent 6 years with them, but used to look across at the Royal Caribbean ships and go, they look as if they're having an amazing time. I mean, so, you know, when you see all these atriums and you've got all of the performers there on the silks and the trapeze artists, it just is fantastic. And that's the thing, it's almost like a mini Vegas, but it's sea. And that's the great thing. If you've never cruised before, start off with the Royal Caribbean cruise, because look at the price that you got there for an ocean view, and the fact that you've got a fantastic experience around South America. It's just amazing. It's
12 nights, deposit only on some of those dates as well. And of course, that ship we're going to enjoy for our first relaxing day at sea. I like that at the beginning of the cruise, because you'll get to know the ship, you'll get to know where everything is. But where are we heading to?
We're actually going to Uruguay, and this is Punta del Este, and this is very colonial. There's some amazing sculptures there, the famous sculpture of The Hand. You've actually got Art Deco, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French and British influence influence as well. And I do believe this is some of the artwork from, well, when I say artwork, architecture from Carlos Paez Velaro. And there's this wonderful architect. That building, the white one that you saw there, if you look at it from the sky, actually is said to resemble a bird with its wings outstretched.
Oh, really?
So if you do, like, you know, when like you go to Barcelona, you see all of the wonderful buildings there,
yes,
or the Gaudi buildings. This is sort of like the South America equivalent. So there's also some other stuff to do. World War II monument as well, which was made from the anchor of the scuttled Nazi battleship, the Rhapsody. You've got the Plaza of Independence. You've got the wonderful obelisk. So there's plenty to do in Uruguay. But for me, this next port is one of my favourite ports. I went there once. I had a whole day experience. Can I just say, book a tour early.
Right. So we can do that with Planet Cruise.
Yeah, you can do that with Planet Cruise. Argentina is fantastic. We actually started off by going around the cemetery. And when I say the cemetery, the famous cemetery of Eva Perón. Of course, if you've seen Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, everybody starts singing. It's quite amazing to go and see. And it's very interesting. If you've ever been to New Orleans and you've seen some of the cemeteries over there, they're actually overground and they've got these wonderful mausoleums that are built.
Yes.
So you can actually see the coffins inside. I know it sounds a bit strange to talk about these, but you've just got to go and see it. There's the wonderful, colourful buildings as well in La Boca. So you can go and see that, and you've got to, it's great for shopping down there, you've got to go and see an Argentine tango show.
Oh, you were saying this?
Yeah, look, this is no disrespect to the BBC and what they do with Strictly, but you haven't seen tango until you've seen Argentinian tango. You will have these guys in their 50s and 60s, with these beautiful young girls that just, their legs, it's like ballet but different. It's so hard to describe, but you've got to go and see it. And the gaucho shows are amazing. The gauchos are effectively the cowboys of Argentina.
Right.
And if you get to go to one of the ranches, you will have the most amazing barbecue. They have these low pits, about the same sort of height as this table that we've got here in the studio, with just row upon row of wonderful Argentinian meat. If you've ever eaten Argentinian, you will not be hungry afterwards.
Oh my word, so much to do. Where are we going next? Because this is only the sort of the middle of our cruise. But you love it. The passion
gives you an idea of what Buenos Aires really is like. Then you're actually going to be on back into Uruguay. Montevideo is actually not too far from the first port of call, but this, I've got to recommend, go to the vineyards, go to the wine tasting. You know, I like my wines.
Absolutely, me too.
And yeah, we've got a fantastic offer as well with wine coming up later on. I'll tell you about that. But no, here you've got to go to the wineries. It's brilliant because the microclimates that have got there, the soil, and of course the air and the grapes. It's just this perfect combination. And of course you've got some wonderful sights to see as well in the main town. Then you've got 2 relaxing days at sea before you come back into Santos in Brazil. And of course this is your disembarkation port. Again, you know, if you do want to perhaps extend, I mean, you've got the stay at the beginning in Sao Paulo. You really don't need to do anything. Just book your tours early for Buenos Aires.
Absolutely. But if you did want to stay on in Brazil, of course, Planet Cruise will do that for you. But do book all of those excursions early. I think they will be really busy. It really is such a super deal. Have a look at what's included. Beautiful itinerary. It's a brand new deal. It's the first time that we've seen it. I just love it. And of course, you have got on those certain days that free upgrade from inside to outside. So if you're departing on the 30th of December, that would be great for New Year, or the 20th of January. Check out all your local flights as well. You are flying from London because we can sort out so many airports that are really close by. The hotel stay to start off your holiday. You start your holiday with a holiday and deposit only on some of those dates too. The prices are incredible. You can see there on the 20th of January, it's a completely free upgrade to that outside cabin, so it's well worth checking out all the prices, and also going for some of those suites as well. So check out all your details. Write down your ID number. It's 86747. And of course, any questions, and this is exactly what I did, jump onto the phones. And that's just what I did. I know I work and do the show with Planet Cruise, but I thought, no, I want to experience it exactly the same as you will at home. And that's exactly what I did. Jumped on the phones. I ended up talking to Glenn. And got the most wonderful service, and that peace of mind that everything was sorted before I went away.
I was going to say, for the viewers at home, just peace of mind. If you speak to Glenn, to give you an example, that's just one of the staff that's down at the call centre in Portsmouth. He used to be tours manager for P&O. So again, when we're talking about all these tours, Ask the person that's on the phone.
That's it. What
They're
tours
not just
should
sat
I
there with
do?
a computer in front of them. They've been there, they've done it.
What would you recommend? Because honestly, they know from beginning to end what will be best for you for your holidays. But we need to move on because we've got Cunard coming up. This is an amazing deal.
Yeah.
This is on board Queen Victoria. I think you have to cruise Cunard. It's amazing value. You've got 14 nights. We will be telling you where we're heading. It's a no-fly as well. But first of all, Keith is going to show us round this fabulous
Tough job, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Cunard is synonymous with elegance, luxury and its renowned White Star service, which for years has set the standards that everybody else has been wanting to reach. With over 170 years of experience, they have one of the oldest histories but the youngest fleets. And their 3 beautiful ships are truly as spectacular as the destinations they visit. Sailing with Cunard, even arriving at dinner is an occasion worth savouring. With menus expertly created by master chefs, all the food is freshly prepared, perfectly seasoned and beautifully served. Whether it's a light and fluffy scone in the Queen's room, pasta straight from the pan, or a 7-course banquet in the Britannia restaurant. Cruising with Cunard is always exciting, as you never ever know who you're going to meet. You might spot some familiar faces, including writers, actors, filmmakers, politicians, explorers, scientists, historians, and even the occasional astronaut. And likely as not, it's because they've been invited to entertain you as part of the fabulous Cunard Insights lecture programme. You can relax in the famous Golden Lion pub where draft beers and British classics like fish and chips will make you feel right at home. Later, maybe you'll try cognac in the cigar bar Churchill's or sip some pre-show bubbles. My choice though, definitely be here in the Commodore Club. Great views, superb live music and the legendary expertise of Cunard's martini mixologists with cocktail parties, West End style theatre shows, comedians and musical stars from both sides of the pond. Dance hosts will waltz you around the dance floor in one of the magical themed balls, or you can simply watch a match in the pub. But my favourite thing is the sheer amount of live music all around the ship, with party bands, jazz bands, full orchestras, pianists and even a harpist. It really is a music lover's heaven. From comfortable inside staterooms to lavish Queen's Grill duplexes complete with expansive balconies and private butlers, there really is something to suit every taste and budget. But whatever you choose, you're going to enjoy a spacious and luxurious home away from home for all of those little touches that make all the difference. Wrap yourself up in a soft bathrobe, ease into your slippers, order something truly delicious from the free 24-hour room service, and then settle down to a good film. Perfect.
What? We don't get those jobs, do we?
No, but he had the Towner robe on. I think he's definitely going to be the one that wears just the T-shirt. I think I better wear something else.
Yeah, because he's already shown his legs. OK, we'll let you off that for next week. Let's have a look where we're going. It's a no-fly. I love this. You can book as much as you like. You'll unpack once. You can have every pair of shoes that you need. But you've got a fabulous time to enjoy the ship because you've got 2 relaxing days at sea. And I think that's perfect, again, for the beginning of the holidays to get to know that ship, to enjoy the ship.
I was going to say, because the actual platform that Queen Victoria is built on, I think it's Vista class, which a lot of the Holland America ships have, and P&O had the new Arcadia as well, so I'm familiar with that. It's a lovely sized ship, great open deck spaces, and the decor inside look fantastic. But this is what I call a classic Mediterranean medley.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking cookery, I'm talking ports, because the ports you're going to, Cadiz is a great way to start off, rich in history. Of course, you've got all of the sherry history behind there, and you've also got the Royal Andalusian School of Equestrian Art as well. So if you want to go and see some culture, it's fantastic. Then you're on to a relaxing day at sea and Barcelona.
Beautiful.
I hope I pronounced that correctly. Barcelona. To have a little bit of chorizo, or chorizo as I call it. Go to Sagrada Familia, because this is the cathedral that's never been finished. One side of it is incredibly modern. That's not the cathedral, by the way. That's actually the new camp in Barcelona. So if you like your football, then you can go there.
You'll never get bored of Barcelona. I love it. And all these ports we're calling into each day, which is absolutely fabulous.
Great for shopping in Barcelona. Go out to Ramblas, and there's a load of performers as well. So if you like entertainment, you will never... And please, can you email in and let us know whether there's the chap on La Ramblas that's still got the 2 little performing dogs with the mouth organ.
Oh, right.
He looks like Timmy Mallett's granddad with his sort of bright, colourful ensemble and these 2 little dogs. Anyway, then you're on to one of my favourite ports, Monte Carlo.
Love it.
Most expensive lunch I've ever had, which was in Casino Square. It was €90 for a croque monsieur and a glass of water.
Wow.
But it was the best croque monsieur I've ever had. Now, you know, you're looking at the rich and famous here. This is the home of Formula One. Well, half the Formula One drivers live there because of the tax benefits. Walk the track. You can actually go through the tunnel, go down into the pool complex, you can go to Casino Square. All I'd say is all the boutiques there, if you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. But no, you would seriously take your camera to Casino Square and you'll see some amazing cars.
You're going to feel like a celebrity. It's an amazing place. And then we're off. Oh, this is a wonderful itinerary.
Biggie. Yeah.
We're going to Rome.
This is why I said classic Mediterranean medley of ports. You've got Rome. Are you ready? Deep breath. Go. Vatican City, you've got Spanish Steps, you've got the Trevi Fountain, you've got the Colosseum, you have got just street upon street of amazing vendors with these just wonderful fashion as well. You can do it all in a day. I would recommend booking a tour, and especially if you want to go and see the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican City. It's a crime really to rush. But just go straight through to the Sistine Chapel because you will just get caught up with all of the tours that are going on. So you can do that. Get through, see the Sistine Chapel. You can't take photos in there. Just have to point that out. But be amazed at that wonderful mural on the ceiling.
It's just amazing. Look in every direction, up, down, round. Don't miss a thing, because Rome, I could go back to it time and time again.
Exactly.
Adore it.
Even Civitavecchia, which is actually the port that you dock in, is a fantastic little town as well.
Yes.
So if you want to go around there, good for shopping. Anyway, on to Naples. Of course, this is the birthplace of pizza, and it's also good for coffee as well. If you love your coffee, oh, you will blow your socks off here. Just caffeine.
The real thing.
Yeah, of course, you've got the Amalfi Coast, you've got Capri that you can go across to for the day, Mount Vesuvius, and if you want to go to Pompeii or Herculaneum as well. So history. If you want to do the history, you can do the history, or if you just want to have a fantastic pizza and a really nice coffee, then you can do.
Brilliant.
Then wind down. I love the way that in which they really structure these cruises. Cagliari, lovely Sardinian port. Of course, you've got Corsica and Sardinia that have got this influence. Half of it's French, half of it's Italian. They can't quite make their minds up, but you know what that actually produces is amazing. You've got some fantastic beaches here. I mean, just look at these fantastic little tiny streets. The artisans. I think I know I was in Corsica. They've got this lovely glass light that I brought back. I know that doesn't sound very impressive, but just keep your eye out because the artisan shops on these two islands are fantastic. Then back into one of the best ports. It was my first ever cruise port, Gibraltar. It's a little slice of Britain out in Spain.
How great.
There I am. In all my glory. Do you know, all I'd say is go up the rock, but just make sure they are vicious, them monkeys.
Are they
They'll
really?
have it. They'll have your camera, they'll have your bag, they'll have your bananas, they'll have everything. But also, it's great. It's just great for shopping. Of course, you can do all your duty free. It's
Brilliant.
great for bringing back. I mean, know your allowances. Just have to footnote that. But it was always great to bring my mum and dad a bottle of brandy back.
Fabulous. Sounds good to me. We've got 2 relaxing days at sea. Back to Southampton.
Exactly.
So
bring all of that stuff.
You can pack all of that. What did you buy? Brandy?
Yes.
Whatever you fancy, bring
Brandy,
it back, but
Courvoisier.
check your limits. Now, have a look at what's included. This is an incredible deal. It works out under £56 per person per night. You've got that free upgrade from inside to outside. This is the 30th of November before Christmas, which I think is a perfect time to go. You're calling in at all those ports that we told you about. You've got huge savings. You're saving up to £670 per person off the brochure price. Incredible. And don't forget as well, you're sailing out of Southampton, so add on the Marriott.
Yes.
Start your cruise and your holiday the day before. Relax overnight, and then you'll get your parking for all 14 days. Are you ready for this? For just £75 per person, and they'll transfer you to the ship and they'll bring you back after your cruise as well. And don't forget, really good deal on the balcony, just £999 on the balcony. The ID number, jot it down, it's 85172. 85172. That is an absolute beauty from Cunard. I think, was that the ID number? Are we happy with that? I think we are. Oh, no, I think we're not. It's 86584. Is that right? 86584. Because upstairs, they're already cruising on to the next cruise.
I'm not surprised,
because we've saved the best to last. So if you've jotted down this ID number, this is 85172. Keep it jotted down, because you wait till you see this. Singapore, it's a beauty. And this is Holland American Line.
Yep.
Singapore, 18 nights. It is such a lovely itinerary. This is your Valentine's cruise. I meant to warn you at the beginning, this is the 13th of February.
Your chance to propose to me then.
Yes, shall we do it?
If you want.
Are you going to wear the T-shirt?
What? As long as I leave my socks on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Deal.
Right, so let's have a little look where we're starting, because we're starting in Singapore, which is going to be fabulous because we're going to stay in a hotel. Not any hotel, a five-star hotel.
Do you know what? Can I just say, I'm going to share with you, all of us at Planet Cruise and here, we see this so many times. We become blasé about Singapore.
And it's
but that's how popular a destination
absolutely.
This is. If you've never been there, amazing culture. You've also got some amazing hotels. The Marina Bay Hotel as well is just one to go for. So you've got that 5-star stay in one of the most cosmopolitan and cash-rich cultures of its time. That's the Marina Bay as well. It's like a cruise ship on top. It's like a whole man-made beach.
Can you go up there and eat and have a drink?
You can go up there. You can lounge on the beach. There's a beach up there. It's amazing.
Absolutely crazy. So we've got a 2-night stay in Singapore. This is the start. This is another holiday that starts with a holiday. But then we're going to get on board our fabulous ship.
And we were talking about Holland America ships just a few moments ago on the Vista class. They're just fantastic. It's a Vista class ship. They are brilliant. They're real nice, sort of 75 or 79,000 tons, somewhere around there. Really well equipped with all of your open deck facilities. The thermal spa, that is amazing. I'm telling you now, there's actually like, I was going to say, these are the heated seats.
They're fabulous, aren't they?
It's quite literally like a spa on board, and that is just one of the best things. There's the gym to work off all of your food, because again, Holland America is known for its food and its wine, but just a fantastic ship, and of course, their entertainment as well. They're all themed ships, so you either get one that's themed around the explorers of Holland, or music as well, and performing arts. One of the ships has actually got the saxophone that Bill Clinton played. So yeah, they've got some fantastic memorabilia at sea, but fantastic bars as well. Toast with a little glass of, I was going to say champagne, but Prosecco seems a little bit more fashionable at the moment, doesn't it?
It's very fashionable at the moment. I love it.
And of course, there you are. A little bit of dancing, a little bit of entertainment. I thought that was you then
Just
for a second.
It could have been, it wasn't, but I can pretend, can't
Hot
I?
shuffling.
I'm hoping to get on board, but I wasn't there at that point. It's a new reduced price, so we can get on board, but it should be £2,149 per person. So you've got a fabulous price, and you wait till you hear where we're going. So 14 nights cruising now. Relaxing day at sea to start us off, but where are we heading to?
Starting in Malaysia, in Penang, and this is,
wow.
I think really I've got to footnote all of this by a deep breath.
Look at that.
It is tranquility, it's serenity. You have got some of these wonderful temples as well. The actual temple that sits on Penang Hill is the largest Buddhist temple in Southeast Asia.
Gosh.
And you don't have to be religious, because remember, Buddhism is just about spirituality. Go up there. If you want something completely different, there's a wonderful butterfly farm as well, with over 100 species of live butterflies. And see something so beautiful that only lasts for a few days or a few weeks is amazing. And of course, Penang Hill. The views are fantastic across Georgetown. Remember, again, there's a mixing pot of culture. You've got a lot of colonial influence there as well. Very relaxed and tranquil. Then you're on to Thailand.
This is
incredible.
This is
Phuket. Now, this is probably one of the busiest and most popular destinations in Thailand. You've got to go to Patong Beach. There's Coron Beach. There's also, here I go again, James Bond Island. You can go to Koh Phangan, and this is where they had the man with the golden gun. I don't remember famous Scaramanga and, what was his name? He was Dracula. Christopher Lee.
I get them all a bit
Christopher Lee, yeah.
Up.
But also Koh Phi Phi, which was from the beach. So Leonardo DiCaprio, if you fancy going across there, then you can do all of that.
That's
just look at that.
Stunning, isn't it?
Hey?
Absolute paradise.
All
That's
I can hear now is all saints in the
stops.
background.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm on about?
No.
No. Okay. I better just move on.
Should you not explain?
Well, All Saints, the beach. They did the soundtrack. I'm moving.
Oh, gosh.
That used to use
that
it
wasn't
for
in the
adverts.
notes,
Oh,
and it's
dear.
not in the timing plan.
That's what I bring to the table.
Then we've got a relaxing day at sea. Where are we going to next?
We're off to Burma, and this is where you have 2 nights on board in Yangon, and this is just amazing. 2 nights.
2 nights,
and this
fabulous.
wonderful colonial palace. I mean, you can see here the squares that you've got. You've got local entertainment as well, which is fantastic if you love the cultural side of it. But can I just point out, especially in this day and age, it's such a safe way of travelling. When we used to go into somewhere like New Orleans or a big city that you think, well, I don't know whether I'd feel quite comfortable staying there. Just
being there on
but
my
you've
own.
got your ship. You go ashore, you come back, and if you go, do you know what? I've done the daytime. I'll stay on board. There's entertainment on board. They bring on board local entertainment. So it's a really great way of seeing a part of the world and not having to stay there. Sounds a bit strange.
It sounds fabulous, and that's exactly what this cruise is. We've got a couple of relaxing days at sea, so we can really enjoy that gorgeous ship. But where are we heading to then?
We're going to a really beautiful small part of a collection of islands. This is Langquis, and this is really off of the mainland, and it's one of the sort of premier beach resorts that you've got there. Again, you've got these wonderful day tours that you can go. I mean, the hanging bridge there. I mean, it's just again
amazing,
tick
isn't
list.
it?
Well, I keep on. I was going to say, I was about to say Skybridge, but that's in Kuala Lumpur, which is coming up next. It's one of those things you've got to do. Oh, there you go. Look, there's two there for us.
That's for us, yeah.
Can we get some towels? Can you get some towels on them lounges for us?
It's the Valentine's Day cruise as well. I mean, this is just heaven. If you've been thinking, oh, I'd love to go to Thailand, you are going to Thailand, or Malaysia, you are going there. You're staying in Singapore to start the cruise. It's an amazing, amazing once-in-a-lifetime. And after our day there, there's even more, isn't there?
Yeah. Do you like Kuala Lumpur? You've got the Petronas Towers, you've got fantastic shopping, you've got the Sky Bridge there as well, again, famous of many a film, including, what was the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery? Was it Entrapment? Yeah. So the Sky Bridge there. I mean, the shopping there is just unbelievable. So you've got to go there. Then you're on to Malaysia, and you're going to Malacca. Now, you've got to go to Jonker Street in Malacca, because it's just amazing shopping. It's a street market. This is where you get your authentic trinkets, stuff that you'll put on the mantelpiece, and people go, "Wow, where'd you get that from?" You'll never see big mainstream shops. That's the place you've got to go to. Then you're back into Singapore for another overnight on board.
Wonderful.
Overnight. We didn't get a chance to mention it again in Singapore. You've got to go to Sentosa Island, you've got to go to Raffles Bar.
Right.
So perhaps if you want to finish off, do all the daytime stuff at the beginning when you've got your 2 nights stay in that 5-star hotel, come back, go to Raffles, go to Sentosa Island.
Have a look at what it includes. You've got new reduced price, you've got your return flights, you can check out other airports as well for those flights. You've got a 2-night stay in a 5-star hotel in Singapore to start off with. You end up with having 3 nights overboard, on board as well, overnight. Overnight on board. I was trying to shorten it and make it so much quicker. But you are going to have a fabulous 18-night holiday on the 13th of February. What a fabulous Valentine's Day surprise. Incredible deal. And jot down your ID number. We gave it you early because we knew you'd want it. 85172. So easy just to jump onto the phone and inquire about any of the cruises. 0800 781 5458, or of course onto the website. But I would say please get onto the phones, because if you're in any doubt, if you're thinking, is it right for me, or should I stay on the phone, you can just ask and they know, and they'll sort you out all those excursions that you want to book ahead as well. But we do need to have a quick look at everything that we've seen in the hour, and this hour there hasn't been one cruise that I haven't fancied. We started off with Thomson. Now, Thomson Cruises, this was on board the Thomson Spirit. It was a cracking deal. It was all inclusive, and that is actually an exclusive deal with us. Free upgrade from to the all inclusive. You've got it at £449 per person. It's under £65 per person per night. Lots of airports. Those airports are there for you to fly from, but if you do want to change, check out the prices to go from perhaps your local airport. You can actually upgrade from inside to ocean view for £3 per person per night, which is crazy. And you will notice the itinerary does change. It differs slightly on some of the dates. So do make sure if you want to go to Limassol that you've booked the cruise that does go there. Some of them don't. You've also got the next cruise, which is, oh my goodness, for me, Discover Egypt. It's a luxury river cruise. It's the Royal Viking. It's 5-star. It's 7 nights. The best of the Nile, which is selling so well. It's the first time we've had this, though, here on Planet Cruise. There's no single supplement, and at the minute I told you it would be. It's the best seller. I don't think this is going to last very long. You've got so much included, and remember as well, if you want to add on the drinks, it's just £90 per person to add on those drinks. You're on the ship, you're on that balcony, you've got that balcony room, that French balcony, so you can see everywhere that you're travelling through. You've got 2 nights on board, overnighting as well. It's an absolute wow. And don't forget, you can add on, this is crazy, a 7-night stay in a 4-star hotel, all inclusive, just for £199 per person. But we need to move on. Deal 3. Now, this launches the cruise week, which should start next week. It's Princess Cruises, Emerald Princess. It's the Canary Islands from Southampton, no fly. It's under £73 per person per night. Look at all the extras as well. If you book now, it's at free. It's a new reduced price. You've got a free case of wine if you book for, you know, booking from this show.
Today,
so mention
you're
booking from this show. Book it today and get a free case of wine. Low deposit and you get a free voucher book as well.
The Meon Valley as well.
Add on that as well for £75. Stay in the Meon Valley in Southampton and they'll take you and let you have your parking as well. On to 4. This top agent for Royal Caribbean International, Rhapsody of the Seas, 12 nights. It's the first time we've seen this deal. It's a beauty. 86747 is your ID number. It's a really fabulous itinerary. You've got a free upgrade from inside to outside and certain dates as well, and got great dates from December, January, February. Check your regional flights as well. It's an absolute beauty. We had Cunard. You see, these are all good. The ID number for Cunard is 86584. Amazing value on Queen Victoria. You've got a Mediterranean, it's a luxury Mediterranean cruise, no fly, 14 nights, and you can get that free upgrade from inside to the outside, and the balcony is only £999 as well. My goodness, huge savings, saving up to £670 per person off the brochure price. And again, you can add on the Marriott there as well. Stay at the Marriott and you'll get your parking for free and they'll take you to the ship. And your very last one, my word, is another beauty, a lovely itinerary. Save the best till last. Holland America Line, 18 nights. Where were we going? Well, we stayed in Singapore in a 5-star hotel for 2 nights before we got on board the cruise. And then you've got a fabulous cruise that's got 2 overnight stays. Well, you end up with 3 on-board overnights as well. It's the 13th of February, so for Valentine's Day, what a great gift. And deposit only as well. Check your regional flights too for that. That's where you're going. Oh, my goodness. Jump onto the website, but as I say, always jump onto the phones. So if you're on the web, all the w's.planetcruise.co.uk. But if you jump onto the phones, they're there to help. They're there to explain what would be best to do. If you want to stay on in a hotel, they can recommend a hotel. Or if you want to do excursions, they can recommend those excursions. So it's well worth jumping onto the phones. But the website's there to give you all the ideas. And why should you book with Planet Cruise? Because, well, I did, and they seem to be simply the best. On the phones, they knew what was going on. They're open 7 days a week. They're there for you all the time. Their prices are amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's because you get exclusive deals. But again, you know, that Princess that we've got starting off Cruise Week. And make sure you tune on Tuesday with Keith.
And don't forget, we've had a bit of a competition as well. There's competition going on. We've got Cruise Week starting. We started a day early with that sneaky one from Princess. We'll be in the T-shirt next week. Thank you